Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
The Daily Compliance News for July 27, 2021. Is the SFO still relevant edition? We begin with that story from Financial News, as the SFO is still in the spotlight around fraud hunters as people are questioning when are they going to do something. So the SFO still is in an imbroglio as it looks to rebuild its brand and image following a series of setbacks. But some compliance practitioners or counsel, I should say, in the United Kingdom have said that the chances of the SFO bringing an investigation seem to be lessening. And it's unclear when the SFO will work to bring any cases forward. And this is certainly hurting the compliance regimes of many companies because they're not taking the UK Bribery Act seriously, or at least they don't feel like the SFO is. So when will the SFO become relevant, or will they simply become irrelevant? At this point, it's not clear. Next up, from the Risk and Compliance Journal, Mingy Sun reporting, she has a great interview with Erin Kelly, who works for the healthcare provider Signify Health. And Erin is recently named the Chief Compliance Officer. The hiring comes as the company which offers value-based payment programs and in-home health evaluations for customers such as healthcare plans and systems, pivoted to telehealth during the pandemic. Kelly previously worked as senior legal counsel at CVS Health, where she helped provide legal and regulatory guidance for its Medicare business. So it's a really interesting article, and I would encourage everyone to take a look at it. Next up, from Chris Tomlinson, the business editor of the Houston Chronicle, he talks about Gilbert Garcia's first phase of a fight against discrimination. And this comes from institutional systems which were designed to benefit incumbents and block newcomers, which are regulated by the SEC. This is the asset management industry, of course. Obviously, the work is technically complex, and it's rare to have people of color in this. Yet the SEC imposes a lot of rules to protect people and institutions, and some players use those to justify discrimination. Garcia has been watching this for 20 years, and he presented evidence recently to SEC commissioners on July 7th. So it's going to be interesting to see if Garcia can make the SEC or have the SEC take a deep dive into this area and where it may help in the realm of discrimination. And our final story comes from the Financial Times, and it relates to the U.S. government's blocking the merger of Aon-Willis Towers. So the Department of Justice filed suit to stop this, and that has led to the parties deciding to walk away from their proposed $30 billion tie-up, which would have created the world's biggest insurance broker. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.